Hey, enthusiasts, what's happening? This is Salty Language, episode
The
696.
696th podcast on the network.
Oh, we're
Yeah.
60th, all right. Yeah. 60s
Hell
podcast on the
yeah.
network.
Dude, all 60s all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meaning music, women.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Silver Silver Fox is a guy. What's a
Yeah.
woman? Cougar doesn't seem right. Cougar's like not that old. You know what I'm saying? No offense to
Right.
our 6-year-old fans
I
out there.
believe in the past, you deem them as velociraptors,
Well,
if I'm
yeah, I
not
mean that's fair
mistaken.
enough. Yeah. They usually do have like weird veiny clawy hands and shit, so
Yeah.
but okay, say we wanted to give them a good name that wasn't Velociraptors.
Okay. Oh, that's not what I
You
wanted
know?
here. It types in what's the equivalent of a silver fox. Helen Mirren was described in print as a silver vixen. I like the vixen's a
Vixen's a
word
good
I
word.
enjoy because it really kind of it evokes a certain
It doesn't
something.
roll off the
You
tongue
know?
like Silver Fox, though. Like
No,
like
it doesn't.
ladies have cougars, and my favorite, their counterpart, the manther. I love that. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah, that's a good question though. I was curious if the internets would supply us with. Yeah, when I'm looking, it looks like vixen is the kind of. Yeah, it looks like it's the thing after they deemed her, but it's like Helen Mirren's on a
Yeah, it's
different
true.
level, man. That lady's been hot for
Yeah, I
like her
know,
whole
right?
life. Like even as an old
Thank
lady
God, I thought you were
would,
going to say
you know?
baby.
Yeah.
Well, he
No,
said her
of
whole
course not.
life. I mean,
Yeah. Well, I mean, whatever. Some of us are
some of
sexy
us are
babies. You can't
sexy
help it.
babies. Yeah, I don't know. I got nothing. I guess it's just
Yeah.
you're a cougar until you're dust, I guess.
I get well, or
Or
you're a
silver
silver
vixen.
vixen, depending on who you are.
I
I
need
guess.
to make a plaque and put that in like Hobby Lobby. You're a cougar until you're dust.
Uh, oh man, can you imagine somebody
Probably,
actually
because someone would
buying
probably look at me like, "Oh my
that?
God, he's right. I'm a fierce animal,"
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
knowing, what cougar really is.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes. I don't know. How's it going, Brian?
Oh, it's going. I went out today went out yesterday thinking let's get
Yes.
groceries so that because we were going to get this horrific storm of like a quarter of an inch of ice and like an inch or two of snow.
I mean, the ice sucks.
And
Whatever. The snow can kick rocks.
yeah,
Yeah.
right. But like people just anywhere you go, people just get stupid when the weather's like this, and it's like let's go a couple days in advance. That way, clear of
Right.
it basically, because the day before or day of, it's always so did that and then realized that kind of forgot a few things, so I was like dang it, and I got to go back.
Understandable.
Man, walk in the store, there was no carts in there, the lines were long, because everybody was
Of course.
panicking and
Was
buying.
was the was SEAL Team 6 there checking the door?
No, they were back guarding the eggs. No, actually, there was nothing. A funny story though
Yeah.
about that is that when I went to leave, I went through the U scan, and then when I went to leave, the alarm went off. I didn't hear it right away
Well,
because
yeah,
I was trying
as
to
we
run.
established, you
And,
run. Yeah.
right, yeah. Loud noises
course.
frighten me, and I run. That's what I do. So anyway, but I had one of those newer carts. Dude, that sumbitch locked up so fast, and I could not
Oh,
push that
wow.
thing.
I didn't even, those carts can't
I
leave
had
the
not
store?
No, like once you get through the first set of doors, like into the area where the carts usually are, like dude, as soon as I hit there, it locked up like bang. And I mean, I went to push it. I thought like maybe one of the wheels turned sideways, or I was on something weird like a
Yeah.
child or something. And no, I looked down and I was like, what the? And then I heard the woo woo. I was like, oh. So yeah, I grab my receipt because I'm like, well, let's see if anyone shows up. Because like if not, I'm gonna have to go get someone because I can't push the car out. So then one of the employees came over and she's like, I saw you over at the U-Scan. She goes, I don't know why this thing locked up. And I was like, I must have missed. I scanned everything, but I'm like, I must have. I don't know. I didn't sacrifice a goat or something. I don't know what you got to do.
There's definitely methodology to it.
Or maybe it's because SEAL Team 6 wasn't there to grant me passage. I don't know.
I had an interaction with those guys again. But first, all I could...
Was it making out with them? That's all I can assume it is. Basically, night at the Roxbury.
That might have made it more entertaining. Now, I was just picturing you when you said your cart locked up, like slow-mo goes sideways and then flips in the air while you're holding it. With the movie trailer, like, you know? I'd love to see that shit.
Yeah, it was very much me going, normal speed and then,
no, you did it wrong.
Because the cart just wouldn't move. Yeah, oh, sorry. That wasn't quite accurate.
Okay. You didn't fly through the plate glass window like I was picturing? Explosion? No,
I almost did. Took me back to when we were kids, and I took that header over the handlebars on my bike, exactly. Like, if I had been walking faster.
When you were briefly the great Gonzo.
Yeah, basically. That was pretty much the story.
No, I
was like, holy shit. That's the first time I've had one of those lock up like that. I mean, I knew they locked up, but I didn't realize. I mean, those things were, it was a brick at that point. Yeah.
That's wild.
Like, okay.
No, I had another
Guess I'll have to quit trying to steal.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Got to remember not to use a cart. Got to use the little hand baskets next time. Right. You just pictured somebody running out like 6 of them.
I would. No, I got receipt checked again at my local Kroger. And, like when we're recording, I was like, I'll put it in my pocket. Be like, it's in my pocket. Well, I legit put it in my pocket. And
nice.
I grabbed a basket because...
You mean nature's pocket, right?
I grabbed the basket because it was Super Bowl Sunday, and it was fucking insane. And they had like tack gear dudes at the entrance and the exit. Yeah.
Jeez.
And I get it, but at the same time. But as I'm leaving, my hands are full. I got a bunch of bags, and I got a 12-pack of actually this stuff right here, this crisp apple. It's fucking delicious, dude.
Pepto-Bismol? Oh, okay.
It's like Kroger's version of like Mexican sodas. They have like the Yarritos. Yeah, this apple one is delicious. But anywho, besides the point. So my hands are full. And they're like, hey, you got a receipt? And I'm like, I just looked at them, looked at all my stuff, and I just flopped it. It was a chick. Just flopped her in the chest of my 12-pack. And I'm like, hey, hold this.
Yeah, you did.
And she's like, oh, okay. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, the receipt's in my pocket. I'm not expected to get checked.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I honestly, I was so annoyed. I got home, and I told Michelle, I'm like, I think I'm just done going to Kroger. Like, I don't want to deal with this shit. Like, there was a long line of people trying to leave because it was so busy.
Right.
It's like,
Yeah. That's the way it always is. It's like the worst place to check people like that because there's a large group of, there's a log jam. It's like, like you mentioned about like Costco and stuff. It's like, I've been in there a few times where it's like, there's like 19 people in line and they got to check everybody. And you're like, come on.
Yeah, I was so annoyed. I'm just like, I know it's right there. I don't think I'm going there anymore. I'd rather just take a further drive to Food Town.
Yeah.
Fuck them motherfuckers.
I don't blame you. Yeah.
So irritating.
That's why I said it's like I don't know. Like if the alarm goes off, I can see it, but otherwise it's like I don't know. Like I said, I wonder what has been stolen so much that they feel the need to pay these people to stand over there. But they must have a decent amount of theft in order to justify paying people all the time.
Damn, is it annoying?
Because like I said, the one by me, occasionally there's a cop there.
Man,
and that's it.
I guess I live just in not a great spot.
Yeah. I guess, yeah.
I mean, I always thought it was okay. I walked through a neighborhood at night. Never been shanked once.
Seems fine.
Thrice, though.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're up to 3.
Luckily, I've been busy. Otherwise, you would have been shanked. Hey, how's it going, Tony? Oh, hey, what's all got?
It's just weird, man.
At 2, Brian.
At 2, Brian.
I'm just stabbing you in the back. Like, haha, you're Caesar.
Oh man. It's so dry.
There was.
I'm sorry. What?
When I went a couple days ago, up by the store, they've got like a little parking barrier kind of thing, with some like mulch in it or whatever. Right. So there's a parking spot directly next to this. And then and as I'm coming out of the store, I see this dude and he is like backing up and he's like over the curb of this thing. And I'm like, what the
was
fuck
it a Jeep
is going
thing?
on
You just
here?
didn't understand? Oh, okay.
No, it wasn't somebody off-roading. It was just this guy in a giant truck. And then I'm like, of course, it's some asshole in a giant truck, right? And then I realized he wasn't the asshole here, even though he kind of was, right? So I mean, because he pulled into a spot that wasn't fully open because the guy to his left was in a giant truck and parked in there at such an angle that the guy literally had to park over the curb in order to park next to him, and was probably like, oh man, this is right up by the door. I'm in a truck. I can drive over the curb.
You know what I do when I go to Kroger, like, wow. Brian? I park as far away as possible. Because I can't handle it anymore.
Right. Well, also, like the one by me, it's like if you park anywhere near the door,
it's a shit show.
How it is. Everyone wants to park in a certain, right down the middle lane or the right there, so it's like when you're trying to leave, it's a pain in the ass because there's people coming all different directions at you. So like you said, parking way the fuck away is the right move because you don't have to deal with all
like
that.
The one where, RIP T used to work, I park as close to Monroe Street as I can.
Oh, that one for sure. That parking lot's
it's a shit show. Dude. And ever since I started doing that, I'm like, this is just what I do now.
Yeah.
Because especially at a busy place, it's like I don't want to deal with idiots. I don't care how far to walk is. It could be Red Dawn and Russians are paratrooping into Toledo. Right. I'm walking that.
Well,
far.
You've also got to deal with people coming out of the store with their carts and stuff. Like, and they'll just walk right behind you. They don't pay attention.
With my car.
But right, of course. But yeah, I was telling my mom, I said there was a woman inside where, her kids were, hey, can I look at the toys? Can I? And her mom's like, no. It's like it's because it's going to be freezing rain. I'm here to get our shit and get the hell home.
But toys,
like
seriously, toys.
Like priorities, Mom. Priorities.
Like what if these Hot Wheels will help us when we're frozen to the road later in a day after tomorrow type situation?
Which is what's going to happen. Yeah. Man, they had so much shit for Valentine's Day out over by the floral department. I've never seen so much shit. Like, teddy bears and balloons and candies. I mean, and then they have another aisle where it's got like all the Valentine's
I have a theory.
Candies. People are shitheads.
Valentine's Day is right around the corner. Right. And it's so stocked up because have you seen this economy? I can't buy a chocolate heart right now. This is crazy.
I know. Well, I think they just put them out because I was there, yesterday? I think it was yesterday. It's either yesterday or Monday. And they had boxes and they had so many boxes. And I'm like, are they putting this all out here? Because in my head, I'm going, I don't know where. Like, obviously, I know they're going to bring in more flowers because Valentine's Day. And they did. They had so many flowers out there too, and I was like, okay. And, which was great for me as a person with allergies and sinus issues, because I have to walk through this literal minefield for me, and I'm like, oh. So instead I go to the right and go all the way around the outside edge where, like where the lettuce and all that kind of shit is, to not have to walk through
that shitstorm,
all the
like walking through Poison Ivy's grove.
I mean, it is.
Less sexy,
I get it, and it's what are you gonna do? But it's, for me, it's just a nightmare, Well,
that's why you should just go around with a classic World War II gas mask on.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say a flamethrower, but okay,
that too.
I guess.
Also, Brian.
I guess a gas mask is fine.
I mean, a gas mask and a flamethrower, they look stunning together. It's like the right accessory for it.
I'm gonna look badass for sure. Yeah. Like, please don't destroy our whole floral department. Yeah. No can do, Buckaroo.
You just hear the subtle hiss of, gas.
Yeah. And then just me cackling maniacally.
You ever see that Team Fortress video from many moons ago when they're introducing the pyro? And he's just like he's picturing him just shooting bubbles, and it's unicorns and rainbows, and he's just in reality melting people.
Yeah,
it's one of my most favorite things.
Right. Yeah. That's basically that's what a trip to the store is like with me.
I've been there. As it should be.
As it should be. Mm-hmm. I was actually surprised though, as I was going around grabbing stuff today, that they weren't out of like everything, because I figured, you know how it is, like right before any sort of a storm, like they sell out of the like dumbest shit.
Yeah.
And you're like, who the fuck's buying all this? Like, okay, whatever.
Like really a rush on Teddy Grahams? Really?
I know, right? Jeez. And I'm like, Tony must have been here. That son of a bitch.
I do love a Teddy Graham.
You do. My mom wants to make some bean soup, so she was like, hey, see if they have like, a half bone-in ham. And apparently it seems to be the policy of stores that they aren't really carrying hams unless it's near a holiday now. Because I talked to the guy at Kroger today, and he kind of said that. And a friend of my mom's, she went to, I think, 4 different stores the other day trying to find a not like loaf ham, the pressed ham.
No one wants that. No, not unless it's on the glass, of course.
Yeah. Right, put them on the glass for sure.
But hey, if Miss Piggy gets murdered, is it Hamicide? Okay, thank God. All right.
Hamicide.
Yeah.
Delicious.
The tastiest form of murder.
Delicious of the crimes. Yeah. Looks like an open and shut case of Hamicide.
Good old Hamicide.
Man. So yeah, no ham to be found aside from the loaf ham, which is not what I'm looking for. Then we remembered when we got home, that actually we have a ham bone in the freezer. So I really just needed nice. We just needed some ham. It didn't.
You ever realize how much we talk about fucking ham on the show?
Phrasing?
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. But you know what I'm saying? Ham comes up an awful lot.
Well, it does. You're not wrong. It's what can I say?
It's hamtastic.
Just had scalloped potatoes and ham yesterday. That was dinner. Tomorrow, roast. I picked up a roast while we were out. Since I didn't get a ham, I was like, well, I need some other large chunk of meat.
Call it the escort service. Oh.
Roast it was. Yeah.
We did chopped cheese.
Send my boy Hot Tuna over. And I have not done that in a long time, actually. I need to get back on that.
I really miss making one on the flat top. But
for sure. Yeah.
And I picked up a couple more of those amazing choppers from my friendly little Asian supermarket. So it made it even easier. And
I assume they cost 25% more now.
Hopefully I got in under the wire. I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, oh man, chopped cheese is so good, Brian.
I know, right? I saw a video of somebody, because everybody's got a chopped cheese video basically now. So, I saw another one pop up on my YouTubes, and it looked a little different. So, I watched it just to see if there's a little twist or if there was a different approach or something. It's like, nah, it's pretty much the same. It's a little different, but pretty
you bring that up because I was looking at my chopped cheese as I'm eating it, admiring its form and figure,
Sure.
And all I'm thinking is, like, what can you do to elevate this? And then I got done with my half.
Exactly.
And I'm like, this thing's just perfect the way it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Because remember when I first made it, I talked about that because I'm like, it's really nothing special. And I'm like, you could probably use fancier cheese. You could do blah, blah, blah. You could do, but it's like, I just don't think you want to. I think it just needs to be a working made sandwich.
Dirtball sandwich, and I love it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It's pretty much how it has to be. The only thing I would say is after watching a few videos on cheesesteaks and stuff, something that I find, and also on hot beef sandwiches, which is if you have that good roll, a good move on it would be, well, you do it anyway.
Yeah,
but
that's
like
how I make them now.
Because they talk about how it kind of steams in the bun and gives you a different chew on the roll.
That's
basically.
like,
so
as soon as I get my big ass spatula under it, I whip it into wax paper, hit it with the lettuce, and then I roll it up and set it aside. Like I'm in a fucking deli.
I think there's Right. Yeah, I think there's something for that, because that guy, the one that goes around the different Detroit things, he talks about that, I think, or maybe it was another guy I watched. I've watched a lot of sandwich videos in the last couple weeks. I make no apologies for it.
Wouldn't either.
One of the guys talked about that, though, about how wrapping it in the, oh, you know what? It was a guy who was doing cheesesteaks. And it was a really interesting video because he did a whole bunch of different cuts of meat and strategies. Like, he said, because one of the problems he was having was that, like, when you throw the steak on the flat top, that the outside, you want to get that nice sear on the outside, but when you do, then in order to cook it as long as you want to, you end up overcooking the steak. And what he found is that, like, all the steakhouse or cheesesteak joints, basically they do super low and slow, and they just let that flavor develop. But what he did instead was he took the meat like a little bit frozen, so that the inside wouldn't cook as fast, basically. So you get that sear on there. Then he went low and slow by the time it was done. But anyways, yeah, he bought like 4 or 5 different cuts of meat, and he was trying all sorts of different stuff, just trying to optimize the cheesesteak. Like, he was really, I mean, you could just see his head in like beautiful mind shit going on. I'm doing that right now. Because he was really... Yeah, you know, he was really like, and then he mentions, I think, in that video that it's like wrapping the sandwich really makes a difference, because it does change the roll quite a bit from just eating it, you know, just slamming it in there and eating it right away. I don't like that word, but I don't care. And it kind of contains damp. It. Exactly. They prefer damp.
Musty.
Yeah. Musky, yeah. I for sure do not want a musky cheesesteak.
Unless the guy's name is Musky.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Oh, actually, that would be pretty good. Yeah. All right. So there's our new food truck, Muskie Cheesesteaks. And we're just going to like cartoon up a guy named Muskie.
Hey, I'm Muskie. Now, I never would have thought cheesesteaks are low and slow. Because anytime I make them, I'm like hot and fast, chop it up and hit it with cheese.
Right. Because super thin slice. Like, and that was something else he did too, was he took the meat and ran it over a mandolin, because he didn't have a meat slicer at home.
That'll do it.
You know,
all right.
Whereas, you know, when you go to like the cheesesteak places, they have those big meat slicers, and they just, you know, run the meat on that to get it nice and thin. Yeah. So that was, you know, he went through, like, he really looked at like every aspect of it and was like, can we improve this? How do they do it? You know, and is there reasons and whatnot? It was really interesting to see how he approached stuff. I haven't watched any of his other videos, but it was kind of interesting to see. It wasn't very much just like, hey, here's a cheesesteak. You know, it was very much like,
am I right?
Yeah, it's like, today we're gonna break down the cheesesteak.
Like Bane broke down Batman.
Yeah, basically, it was right across his knee. What a mess. Can you imagine breaking a cheesesteak across your knee? What just a waste of a cheesesteak.
I will break the cheesesteak spirit, though.
Oh, yes. A cheesesteak doesn't want to see me coming.
No, for sure. If I show up in Cheesesteak Town, it's going to be a bad day.
Oh, yeah. Like, we go to draw at you know, sunrise or high noon or whatever. That sumbitch knows it's over, Johnny. Done. It's going down. It's got its affairs in order for sure.
I love this idea of a cheesesteak with a big cowboy hat on, fucking bandolier, getting gunned down in the street.
Oh, what a blaze of glory, you mean? Hell yeah. That's right.
Love it.
That's right.
Now
I'm hungry. We eat a sandwich now.
I had an interaction, and you might find this shocking, with a crazy man at Walmart.
I'm pretty sure it's impossible not to have an interaction with a crazy man at Walmart. Unless you only deal with women.
They're just crazy women.
Right.
So, the previous ice storm we had
a week ago.
After work, I went and got salt
that two black and one destroyed target
yes.
snow-covered land?
Indeed.
I believe. No, Ice Storm was green.
Yeah, you're
Never
right.
Mind.
You're thinking Ice Quake.
Yeah.
I got you,
Ice Quake,
bro.
you're right.
Got you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, moving on.
I know,
no
right? Jesus
magic
Christ.
references.
For that I somehow still have locked in my dumb brain.
I know, right? And you corrected me on it, too. And I was Johnny Landkill. Yeah.
Anywho.
Anyway.
So, I'm behind this just shit box of a tiny truck. Like, the tires are almost flat.
Were they parked over the curb?
If you would have parked over the curb, that truck's never moving again, I'm sure.
Oh, okay,
like it was rusty and shitty, and of course it was covered in stupid bumper stickers, and I'm going to the Walmart.
Other truck's your mom.
Yeah, exactly. Dumb shit like that. And I'm out in Perrysburg, so I'm going to that Walmart after work.
Yeah.
And of course this guy's in front of me. I'm like, this guy has to be going to Walmart. And sure enough, gets in the turn lane. I follow him in. Guy's parking like a fucking idiot the whole time. And
nice.
Mind you, Brian, I am about to piss my pants, right? Because I'm so excited to be at Walmart.
As normal.
Of course.
Right.
So I'm flying in, and I can hear him muttering to himself as he's walking in. Mm-hmm. I get my cart, go to the back, and he's walking right next to me, muttering. Of course he goes and...
Oh, are you talking
old
coo gibberish?
And this guy looks exactly like his truck. Like, if you saw him and then you saw that truck outside, you'd be like, I know whose car that is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And this motherfucker, there's, of course, because I have a curse. As a young child, I was cursed by a tribe of gypsies, Brian, that any time...
Oh, I thought it was an old lady that said thinner.
No, this physique.
Oh, okay. Hey, I make the fat jokes here.
but my curse is 90% of the time, if I'm going into a public bathroom, there will be someone in there shitting.
Oh, for sure, dude. The worst is when you got a shit and someone's in there shitting, because now you're like buddies.
Well, this is okay. So I see, ankle length pants or whatever and shoes. I'm like, well, shitting. I'm belly up to the urinal.
Well, hey, maybe they're either eating dinner, maybe they're beating off. You don't know.
It's Walmart. Anything's possible.
Assume. Yeah,
this is a world of wonderment.
I think Adidas did a commercial with that during their Anything's Possible campaign. Yeah. Like, you're in a Walmart bathroom, then cut to Kevin Garnett. Anything's possible.
But dude, this fucking crazy old coot walks into the handicap stall. There's the only one left. And he's just loud. He's just like, oh, man, someone could have done a courtesy flush. I sure hope this thing goes down. You hear him flush the toilet. He's like, come on. Oh, yeah, thank God it made it down. And at this point, like, I am pissing so hard to get out of there,
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to blow a ring or something.
Like, you're
I'm like, I got to get the fuck away from this guy, I might leap over to the stall door and stab him or something.
You're like, pushing on your lower abdomen in hopes of pushing it, pushing on your bladder.
Yeah, playing myself like a bagpipe, you know what I'm saying?
I don't want to know what part you're blowing on, but all right.
But so I get out of there, thank God. And I'm not joking. 5 minutes later, I'm trying to figure out where the hell the salt is. I can't find it in this goddamn dump of a store. And I just hear yelling. And I look up the aisle, and here's my buddy with his cell phone on his face. What the fuck, man? You told me you'd meet me here at this. When you tell me you better be here, man, motherfucker.
Wow.
And I just sighed to myself, and I'm like, only at Walmart, man. Only.
Yeah. There's always one. Right?
It was the most insane interaction, and I didn't directly interact. I guess the most insane shit I've seen in a long time like that.
Yeah.
Just a guy yelling about courtesy flushes and hoping it's going to go down.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Yeah, well, for sure.
Flush. Maybe they did. I mean, who knows?
I don't know. I just
jeez,
it was another one of those moments of like, why do I come here?
Yeah. Right.
But when you're after work and you're just trying to get home, it's the most convenient.
Sometimes the experiences are fun. Yeah.
Yes. Sometimes they are fun, but like,
Yeah, not
I find myself, unless I'm like hanging with my friends, when I'm just out in the world, I have zero patience for that stuff anymore.
Oh yeah. Well, it's like the guy I told you that parked in there all crooked, and not the one that was on the curb, but the one
the
to
other
his left,
idiot.
right? Yeah, when I was in Kroger, they had a, what is it, buy 2 get 3 free, I think, on pop. This dude probably had 15 Diet Mountain Dew 12 packs, and I'm not exaggerating.
About 4, 6?
No, oddly enough, he was like some old dude too. You know, probably eats cigarettes and drinks Mountain Dew all day.
I used to work with that guy,
dude.
Probably.
No, but he actually, there was a guy with like a, a little, not a little, but like a cart that had, he was going out to restock the Mountain Dew. He stopped him so he could pull more Mountain Dew.
Hey man, let me just get this pallet, man.
15. Basically, yeah. And I'm just like, whoa, you know how it is. Like we've talked before where we'll see somebody and be like, I kind of want this guy's story, But then I get out into the parking lot and I see this, that the dude pulling away on over the curb, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then he leaves. I see his black truck, that's parked all crooked, and I'm like, wow, what an asshole. And then as I walk past it, I see this guy just slinging all his Mountain Dew into the back, and I'm like, of course this fucker's the guy who drove the truck. Of course it's this
Fits
guy.
the bill.
Yep. I was like, I should have immediately been like, I bet that's the Mountain Dew guy.
That's the where were you? That's the asshole.
yeah, that's the asshole. Yep. Oh man. Have you ever wondered if there's any point where like there's somebody else telling this kind of story and we're the asshole in it? Right? Because you're never the villain in your own story.
I'm always
type
a good
of thing.
Guy. Come on, now look at me. I'm a hero.
But there has to be some time where they're just like, this asshole just started yelling at this guy for, like, oh.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm actually trying to think, like, what would that situation be where I'm the bad guy?
Yeah, that's the thing is it has to have happened, right? Like even if you don't do something on purpose, sometimes the ripple of the wake that we leave, sometimes we don't pay attention.
Why
to
would
it.
you? Yeah. One time I cut off a bus full of nuns and it flipped and set on fire. Whatever.
Yeah. Well, you did them a favor because they had to keep going 60, or otherwise the thing was going to explode.
Like, let's just end it now, guys.
So. Right, and I think they were hiding. Like one of the nuns was hiding in witness protection or something. I don't know. I might be crossing movies.
Sister Act meets Speed. Speed Act.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. Nah.
Speedster. No, that doesn't work. No. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. All I know is shoot the hostage.
Hey, shoot the hostage.
Shoot the hostage.
Hell yeah.
What do you do, Hotshot? What do you do?
All right, King Bowser, settle down.
Well, is it okay if I just breathe some oxygen instead?
Hell yeah.
Or ride a motorcycle? I'm like, how many Dennis
I'm running
Hopper
low
references
already.
can I make here? I'm pretty sure I'm about out. And it's sad because he's been in like 1,000 movies, And I've seen him in a lot of movies.
Yeah, what are you going to do? Can't win them all.
And we led with Bowser. I guess we led with Speed, but
hell yeah.
Then we led with Bowser.
It seemed like a natural turn to me, I'll be honest.
I guess.
Oh man. I've developed a superpower, by the way. I have this ability to electrocute everything in the house. It's horrible, dude.
That's pretty cool, yeah.
It's so dry.
No, you're not going around acting like Electro?
You have no idea how nervous I get to grab controllers off our charging station. I grabbed the Switch yesterday and the TV turned off. And it hurt like the dickens. Dude, it's wild.
Holy shit, dude.
It's wild.
Oh, all right.
It's not a good time.
Awesome. You should be calling Hollywood for your TV show.
I get anxious. I even looked it up on ChatGPT because I use ChatGPT like my search engine anymore. I'm like, how do I avoid?
You're ruining the world.
Yes.
Ruining the world, damn it.
Yeah, I was just like, help me not be staticky, Like, I'm shocking my woman. I'm shocking the pets.
Right.
Yeah. Gave me some tips. Try to, whatever. It's just so, and I've always been a staticky boy. But for just some reason, this winter, it is extra levels.
Well, if you're in the house and if you're wearing that hoodie all the time, that's
I pretty much wear this down
it.
here now.
No?
Yeah, unless it's really cold out.
Okay.
Like next week when it drops low again,
I was going to say,
it's going to get cold, But I'll just be chilling on the couch, like playing a game. I'm like, oh, let me go get our bottle of water. And I get up and, grab the fridge or something and zap. Michelle, hey, can you give me the switch? Sure, no problem. Zap. Go to touch the dog. Zap. It's just like, Jesus Christ. I'm so sorry, everybody.
Yeah, I'm always afraid to like pet the cat because my cat loves like having her ears rubbed, and she always wants to like use her face first when she you pet her, and I'm constantly shocking the shit out of her, but that's about it. It's like I'm not trying to, but she just insists on, oh, you should rub my face. Zap.
Oh.
And then she pulls back and is shaking her head, and I'm like, that's on you, cat. Like I tried to just pet your back.
I'm thinking about getting like fancy gloves to wear inside or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is there an option there?
Something like
that dampens your powers?
Yeah,
I know, right? Yeah.
Jesus, it's horrible, dude.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
All I can say is you should probably contact Professor X or something.
He hasn't got back to me, piece of shit.
No.
Yeah. I was trying to sell magazine subscriptions too.
Yeah, well, that'll do it too. He has the no soliciting sign on the door.
Funny. Xavier School for the Gifted. No soliciting.
No solicitors. Yeah. Can you imagine soliciting there? Wolverine answers the door. Like I said, go away, bub. Snicked. Like, whoa.
Easy.
Whoa. We're all friends here.
That's fun. Good, clean fun.
Yeah.
So how's your week been? We've just been riffing, and I've been having a great time. I'll be honest.
I know. Yeah, me too. It's been fine. I had therapy the other day, which I didn't realize it's been since October.
That's a long time ago
that I was in therapy because my therapist, she had surgery of some sort, so she was out for a while, and then actually had to take off a little more time on top of it. So it's it's been a minute. So that was actually it was really good. It was a really great
I mean, we episode. Get it.
Yeah. Really good session, I guess. Yeah. And the night before that, Heno and I had recorded, and I feel like we had a really good talk on the podcast and stuff. And then we before and after always shoot the breeze as well. And it was nice because me and Heno haven't really we text a little bit, or like he sends me we send stuff to each other, but not really have a just a big meaty conversation. Yeah. So that was always good. Similar like us, like if we went like a month without talking, by the time we talked again, I mean, you just shoot your load right away, like be like, listen, my balls are so blue.
So blue. Shouldn't eat that taffy.
Taffy?
No, maybe in the summertime. Now, for sure not.
Boy, that's what, like episode 2 or whatever of the show or something. Yeah,
many moons,
long time ago. But yeah, it was really good because I was talking with my therapist about, I've talked to you about this too, about how a lot of my socializing kind of was done through Twitter, and now because Twitter is just like a hot dumpster fire, a lot of people have left it, or the energy is just so awful that I don't want to spend a lot of time on it.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, well, shit. So now my socializing circle kind of shrunk, and like I haven't talked to Heno in a while. So there's another little, and just other stuff in general, to where it's like, I really got to thinking about, I haven't been as social as I not that I'm super social, but you know what I mean? But I was like, my social circle already was smaller than a lot of people's. So it's like I kind of can't afford for it to shrink, and it's shrunk. So, I talked to my therapist about that quite a bit and such. And, like I said, it was nice to get that out of my head a little bit. And also kind of, because the way therapy works for me, and I think this is the way it works for a lot of people, is it's like 90% just me running
right.
my mouth. And I kind of talk in enough of a circle that usually they kind of nuance you a little bit, to help you. And then you're like, oh, by the end of it, at some point, something will click in your head, and it's, and you're like, oh, that's that's what I need to do. So, yeah.
You're fine, Brian. How dare you, sir?
But so that was, like I said, that was really cool. It was weird going in there though, because I haven't been in that building in months. I haven't had to go see my doctor for anything. Dental has been a mess there, so it's been tough to get an appointment. But now it's like I
got the tools.
But it's like I got a doctor's appointment next week. Then the week after that, I got a dental appointment. Then like a week or two after that, I set up to get the old eye exam so I can get some new spectacles, because I'm getting the old holding things a little further from your face so I can see them. So I might need a little bifocal in the glasses to help me out. So, we'll see how that turns out.
Isn't getting old fucking great?
Getting old. Just getting old. Fucking amazing. Yeah. It's so good. It is the best.
Man.
But anyway, that's been basically it. I picked up Diablo for the first time, and God, I don't know how long it's been since I played it, because I thought I was at a point where I was like, okay, this next mission is go fight Lilith in there, which is a pretty big step, right? Yeah, because I mentioned it how long ago, right? And I was like, oh, there's actually like a couple other little things before that. So I was like, I'll do these. And then it's like, oh, okay, now I'm pretty sure I'm at that point. Like, we're about to literally go into hell to chase after her. So I was like, okay, this next step's probably going to be one of those long sessions in the game. And it's like, okay, I'll stop here because it was late and I didn't really feel like doing a giant mission or fighting a big baddie or whatever. So I was like, oh, okay. But like I said, I haven't even picked that game up, and it's probably been a couple months.
That Diablo blows.
Nice. You
hamicided
it.
It's all right. It was close.
That didn't work.
You're almost there.
I tried. Throw enough ham at the wall, some of it's going to stick, right?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Well, so I mean, my youngest child turned 20. That's pretty fucking crazy.
Speaking of getting old, not her or them, but you.
Yeah, that was pretty wild. We did a pizza party. We had a good time. Although, thank you.
Pizza looked amazing.
I wanted to make the dough myself, but I just did not have time. That was, I got off of work. That was Walmart day too, and
Right. Yeah, sorry, I'm deducting points now.
And then I made a pan pizza the next day because I had one more dough ball left. Although, get this, dude. So I went to Aldi to get the dough, right? And I need 4 of them because we got some kids coming over, so I got 4 of them. And I'm looking at this one, I'm like, this fucking dough's got green all over it. Flip it over, it's jalapeno pizza dough. And I was like,
so they're ahead of what you were talking about.
I didn't buy it, but I know it exists now.
Oh, all right.
I thought I almost did, but it's like I just gotta finish this up and get home, Yeah.
Right. Also, for sure, something you could just do yourself. But I mean, sure, just karate chop up some jalapenos.
Yeah.
I know. I get it.
Yeah, no, that's pretty.
It's funny, actually. One of the things we talked about in therapy a little bit too was about how a lot of people don't like to put in effort for things anymore. And I don't mean that as in kids these days. I just mean that like like if there's like instead of reading an article, like how many sites do you go on now? And at the top, there's like an AI summary.
Yeah.
The old TLDR. Yep. And it's done. And it's like that, it's like, I don't want to read the whole thing.
Bothered.
Not that that's new. That's been on the internet forever, but
no, I wrote.
Yeah. But even like wishing someone a happy birthday on Facebook, like you don't even have to type it yourself anymore. They have a thing that says happy birthday. And it's got like
I have a hack for that, Brian. That and don't wish anybody happy birthday on Facebook.
Oh,
If you actually want to wish them a happy birthday, send them a text message. Yeah, that's your old man ran in a day.
It's too much work.
Yes,
too much work.
But yeah, so the party was cool. We had fun. We didn't obviously do anything nutty. It was Friday. I was tired.
Well, plus it's they're only 20. Gotta wait till next year to do all the nutty stuff.
I'm good.
Then at 25, you can let them rent a car out of state stuff. Yeah, that's the real birthday we all wait for.
For real. We also started watching Common Side Effects on Max. It's a Mike Judge. Gimmick.
Yeah.
It's really good.
I've heard it's good.
It's really enjoyable.
Yeah. I actually was gonna watch that the other night, and I ended up watching something else.
You should definitely watch. I think there's only 3 episodes out.
Okay.
Well, yeah, it's very very tasty. I like it a lot.
Okay.
And that, and because I've been not online playing my, Sea of Thieves or my Helldivers, waiting for the sick ass sale that's supposed to happen in 2 days. If it doesn't happen, I'm gonna be so upset.
Oh, right. But, I was thinking that too.
Have you seen that Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 game? That everyone's like, oh my God.
Yes. Yeah.
Best game ever.
Right.
Rah, all that shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I've never played the first one. So, curiosity.
Let
me check the PlayStation Store. On sale for $7. So I picked it up because it's an offline game.
Right.
It's an interesting RPG. Like it's very much, it's like Peasant Simulator. Right? Because it takes place in the 1600s in Bohemia.
Yeah.
And there's a moment where shit goes down. I mean, if anyone's going to play it, I don't want to spoil anything, but shit goes down. You have to get out of your little town. And as you're trying to leave to get to your horse, there's this lady being attacked, right? And she's like, oh, well, but there's like 4 soldiers on her. Obviously, nefarious things are afoot.
Oh, I thought you were just going to tell me you just ran, but okay. Oh, that's no good.
But like, your father was a blacksmith. He made this sword for this knight. You now have the sword because you were supposed to deliver it when shit goes down. So I'm like,
okay. Did he reek of elderberries?
Would have been better than the alternative. But so my head, RPG, these dudes are attacking her. You're supposed to fight them, right? I draw my sword. Right? They just fucking kill me. And I'm like, oh, all right. So
okay.
Well, and I'm like, okay. Well, and the game's really vague about how to play it. It's kind of like it barely walks you through it,
Right.
So I'm like, okay, well.
Like, all right, here's the controller layout. They just show you the controller. They don't tell you what does anything.
So I respawn in, and my ass, I'm on the internet looking, like, okay, how do you sword fight in this game? And my dude's just standing there. I get killed. Soldier runs up behind me. I'm like, God damn it. Okay, I'm like, so I can't just stand there and look at my phone. So I load in again, pause, look at my phone.
Right. Right. Pause menu
that's
runs
what it
up
basically feels like. I'm like, okay, now I know how to sword fight. So I draw my sword before I get to these guys. They just fucking kill me.
Yeah.
I did this like 3 more times.
Wow.
And then it just kind of hit me. I'm like,
okay,
maybe I'm not supposed to fight these guys.
Yeah, that's something that I think it's old school thinking, because for years and years, any game you play, like you said, if you saw that happening, clearly that's one of the first things to do is you have to go save save the damsel in distress or whatever, because you're a virtuous person. And then, but in newer games, I've noticed that sometimes they do that on purpose. Like they just bait
here's
you
the thing
with
that gets me though, is when you start going down this hill to where she's at, objective pops up, save Teresa. Yeah. So I'm like,
okay.
So what I did is I ran down there, I got on my horse, and I just ran a fucker over, and I just took off. And somehow I got objective complete.
So maybe you just have to interrupt
I don't know,
the process,
because I couldn't see.
There, I guess I don't know, or maybe your horse just dropped some apples.
Yeah, maybe
they got messy.
But
boots
the game's
or
fucking wild. So it is like peasant. Like you can, you
really
have to take care of your hunger. You have to sleep. You have to. The sword fighting is very deadly. It's all first person.
Right. I think in the new one, like you actually, like if your stink factor is high enough, like enemies can detect you because you stink so bad. And I was like, that's so hilarious. And I love when games do shit like that, because that's so like outside of the box. Because you've never had to really worry about like bathing in most games. Other than like
in this one, basically. It tells you when you're interacting with people. Like, if you look menacing, you can pick certain dialogue options. You might get that. Or if you look rich, you can pick that dialogue option. But then it's like, if you're interacting with somebody who actually is a noble, they see through your shit, and that doesn't work on them.
Oh,
right? But
nice.
So you can, like, bathe yourself in waters, and because, you get covered in blood and mud and all that, right? The game, it's
bathe in the Lake Titicaca or whatever.
It's been a very interesting game so far, and now that I'm kind of being more cautious in my play style, I don't go rushing into stuff because I just die.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not rewarded for it. Yeah.
I had to spend a good portion of my game barefoot, though, because after you escape and all this stuff, and you run to another town and warn them of what's coming. And they bring you in, and you're, the guy who's like the head of the soldiers, the captain. He's like, all right, well, the lady said you can sleep in this house here tonight, but make sure you take off your muddy boots before you go to bed. And I'm like, I better take these boots off, because if I don't, who knows, right?
Right.
Yeah, and I've learned at this point, so this game doesn't fuck around,
Right. Right. Plus, you don't want to be disrespectful to the host.
So I take the boots off, de-equip them or whatever, and then I lay down, go to sleep, wake up the next day, well, in the middle of the night, because shit's going down. They're like, Henry. And then I'm get up out of the bed, and I'm looking. The shoes just despawned.
Oh, I mean,
for all I know, that could be too, but they were gone. So you just, like, I'm running through this castle, you just hear, like, bare feet on like stone and shit.
Oh wow.
And then it's a whole situation before I finally got shoes again. And they weren't even my shoes.
Yeah, right.
They were off a corpse.
Some coin. Yeah, I was gonna well, whatever.
Hell yeah.
If the shoe fits, right?
Goddamn right. Fucking Nike corpse shoes coming soon.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Wow. That's something. I was wondering about that, because I've seen the ads for it, but I haven't read a whole lot about the new one. But other than I just keep seeing people talking about how much they're enjoying
I'm really enjoying the first one, but it's a totally different animal that I'm used to for an RPG.
Mm-hmm. Which is cool. I like when RPGs do that and turn you on your head a little bit, I mean, unless it's just just like Elden Ring or something, where if you're not a person who's really played any of those games before, it's a much different
pretty
experience.
Steep learning curve with a Souls-like that. Once you get the timing down, though.
Well, I can take that guy.
If you can time your parries and your dodges, those games are the combat's so satisfying once you like get the feel for it. Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah. I'm telling you, man.
All lies. Lies.
Yeah.
Speaking of games, real quick, I wanted to, update on the Madden picks for the Super Bowl. Oof, boy, did Madden shit the bed on the picks this year. Yikes. Both, and I did I ran it through actually in Madden 25, this year's Madden. They had a thing set up where they did like a recent update to where you could like play the Super Bowl with current rosters, right? Like, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot they do this now. So I simmed it that way. So it was with all the guys who were, up to that point, gonna play. So it was as close to like who was gonna play as it could be or whatever. And that the Madden 25 for sure got the score closer, but it was still way off because Philadelphia whooped that ass.
You know what's funny, Brian? Is this the first year in a long time I did not watch the Super Bowl? Do you know why?
Oh, really?
Do you remember me telling you?
No.
Because of the ice storm, we can't do that. But I also had to go pick up Chuck at the airport, right?
Oh, yeah.
When he contacted me, he was just like, "Hey, my flight leaves at 7 or lands at 7:28," and I use military time at work so much. I looked at that and I was like, "AM, shit." It was PM. He was landing.
Oh no.
And, he sent me all his flight details the night before. I'm like, all right, cool, I'll see you in the morning. And I can just get an immediate text back, no, it's a night flight. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
So I was
wow.
in Detroit picking him up and taking him home. And
well, thank goodness he saw it and responded to you, because otherwise that could have really sucked. You would have been in Detroit all damn day.
I just need his flight information because I got this sick app that you can track planes with that I used to use when I drove black cars.
Oh.
And I still have the app. But if his flight would have been delayed, I would have been notified. So I just wanted his information so I could put the plane information in this app so I could track it. So I would have figured it out eventually. Right, but at the same time, I'm like, oh, thank God. Because I also didn't want to get up at 5 and drive to Detroit.
Yeah, seriously, just drive Sunday. Up there. Yeah. Hey.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. On Super Bowl Sunday.
Because his eyes, and he's getting old. The alarm at the house went off. I had to help him look at the buttons, and it's a whole situation.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Whole situation. Nice little Sunday night.
He needs some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't watch. I haven't even watched a halftime show yet. I've heard it's great.
What? So you weren't part of the 134 point whatever million that watched Kendrick?
Yeah.
No?
Feels weird, man.
Yeah. It's really interesting because his show was there's very much a message in his show. Like, it's not real deeply hidden, right? And I know a lot of people there were a lot of people that got bent out of shape about it, which, first of all, it's like, no matter who performs, there's going to be people that are about it, right?
No.
Doesn't matter who it is, because if they had pick some big country star up there, I would have been like, ugh, and a lot of people would have been, right? You can put whoever you want. Metallica up there is going to be a bunch of people. I don't like this, it just doesn't matter who it is, right? And so, there was that element to it too. But it was funny because I was seeing some of the ways people were talking about it, and I didn't like this, and I'm like, okay, but you understand this is art, and okay, art is like when the people are like, he shouldn't have made it political. It's like, no, actually, that's exactly what artists are supposed to do. Like, this is the platform for it. Is when you're an artist and you get a stage, you fucking use it. It doesn't matter who you are, whether you agree with their message or not, that's up to you to decide, But it's like, there's no way in hell you were going to give a guy like him that platform and he wasn't going to use
especially
it.
Kendrick.
Right? Yeah. It was like, that's why, he actually says a line in the one part, it's like, you picked the right time, but the wrong guy or something like that, and it's like, and it's very meticulous and whatever. And, look, if you didn't like it, you probably weren't going to, because you're probably not a Kendrick fan, or you didn't know anything about him, or you don't like rap, or whatever it is, or your politics don't align with
My
his,
favorite
whatever.
was the one thing I saw was like, no one even knows who this guy is. I was like, what?
Oh, yeah. Guy just, okay. The five Grammys that he was cramming in his hands the other day.
Not trying to be that guy, but I've been
the fact that he's won a Pulitzer Prize.
I was listening to Kendrick Lamar a long time ago.
Yeah, me too, man. I remember talking on this show, like, and this wasn't you were trying to get me involved in Kendrick because when How to Pimp a Butterfly came out, I remember you telling me about it, and then when Black Panther, the soundtrack for that came out, I think that's when I got on board because that's such a good soundtrack. But like I said, it was like, whether you liked it or agree with it or not, it's like, no, listen, this is absolutely the time to use these things because it really, and if you don't believe me, the question I have for some of the people like that is, did you like Whitney Houston's performance at the Super Bowl? Because that was very political, even though it wasn't like, like the concept behind that was very pro USA in the fact that we were involved in, conflict and whatnot. So that was as much political as maybe not as political or the same way, but it was still political. And Beyonce got heat when she made things political in hers and whatever. Brian, but
Prince playing Purple Rain in the Rain, am I right?
Dude, nothing probably will ever touch that. I saw a few people saying that this was the greatest halftime show they've ever seen. I'm like, y'all crazy. Like, you need to go watch Prince again because you done forgot. Like, it was like he showed us how it was supposed to be done. Like, it's Prince, and there's a big gap before there's anybody else.
That's with a lot of things.
Yeah.
Dude was a legend.
But it was just funny to me. Like I said, without digging into the politics or any of that stuff, it's just like I'm more focused on the, like, when people are like, that's not, I'm like, you don't understand art. Art is not always supposed to make you feel good. Art is just supposed to make you feel something. And he 100% succeeded because everybody's got a damn opinion on it. Like, it made people feel a certain way. I mean, there's, a certain person in Toronto that I'm sure wasn't a fan, but when you get a whole stadium of people to yell out A minor.
You see what his dad said? He was like I know Drake's dad has been trying to start his own rap career, and he said something along the lines of like, well, I ain't got nothing to do with that. I wish him the best. Oh man, yeah,
that's fair. I mean, that's smart, man.
Stay the fuck away.
You don't want none of that splash. Yeah, you don't want don't want any splash damage off of that because he destroyed Drake. But anyway, yeah, I thought it was. I mean, just that stuff aside, I know a lot of people were criticizing that they didn't feel it had a ton of energy to it, but it's like, this is not an energy dude. He's not Usher or somebody who's going to get out there and dance and all that. That's not what he does. He gets out there and he's a lyrical dude. And I know a lot of people said they couldn't understand his lyrics, which that I understand because, that genre of rap sometimes is not easy to understand. But you do have the internet, and there's all these tools out there where you can, find the lyrics.
Which was a style at the
anyway,
time.
Yeah. Yes. Keep rubbing my chair on my desk, man.
Well, I mean, it's so massive.
It is. It is. You're not wrong. But I really didn't think that. I did not think. I felt like the Eagles were going to win. Like, because halfway through the season, when people were starting to, man, look at the Lions. And I'm like, nah, it's Philly all day. I was like, I don't think the Lions match up well with Philly because Saquon Barkley's a horse. And, the Chiefs did a good job of bottling him up. But that's about all that you can say that was positive for the Chiefs. I don't think any of them actually shit themselves on the field. So
I mean, that's always a plus when you don't shit your pants. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Yeah. But boy. I mean, Eagles done took him around the back of the shed and
I mean, fly Eagles
ass,
fly,
that's
right?
For sure, man. Yeah, that was. I mean, I was rooting for the Eagles anyways because I don't want to see any team win all the time. I just don't want that unless it's my own team. Then all day. But not that I would know what that's like. I mean, I think the last team that I followed that had any sniff of even a repeat would be the Wings.
You're probably right.
Well, maybe the Cavs for a while because, when LeBron was there, they were in the finals off and on. But mostly, yeah, it would have been the Red Wings, which has now been a hot minute.
You'll have that, man. There's ups and downs, bro.
Yeah. I like it.
Universe is made of waves, man.
Right. Yeah, man.
But that's about all I got for Zavik. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Let me double check here. I think that's probably about all I got too. Yeah. Yeah. I don't have anything else in the notes.
We might need some bonus time for the QoftheW, so
Well, let's go to it then. Let's do it.
Let's go. Crikey.
Let's go racing. No?
Wait a minute. Refresh. There it is. All right.
Okay.
On the Instagrams, Ryan. Well, first, last week we asked y'all what food texture bothers you. On the Instagrams, we got jack shit. God damn people.
Oh, actually, that reminds me. I think I actually have some Instagram answers. Because I shared it, and I think I got a couple of answers. I have to pull up my DMs because that's where the answers went.
Slide into your DMs, son. Diamond Top fan, Big Dev. He says overcooked dry meats. That's a very good one.
That's a good one.
Diamond Top fan Kiki. She says raw broccoli. That's
fair. I don't like raw broccoli really either. Like the closest thing to raw broccoli I'll eat is like in a stir fry. I don't like it when people put out veggie trays and stuff. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I don't want any of the broccoli. But cooked broccoli, I will eat that all the time. Like pretty much with every meal, I'll eat broccoli. I love broccoli. I just don't like it raw. Baby, I hate it raw.
Baby, I hate it raw. Let's see. Thank God you shared it, Brian, because you had all kinds of answers. Yeah. Lon says food texture.
Okay.
How much of a psychopath do you have to be to assess food texture?
You don't have to be much of a psychopath at all, actually. Almost everybody's got something they don't like the feel of in their mouth. Sometimes it's food.
Carlos says, I get the yick from smoked salmon that's too thick. So a combination of chewy / fibrous, soft, and fatty / thick. Yeah, that sounds pretty gross. It's pretty specific, so it doesn't come up often, but I cannot handle it.
That's fair. She for sure does not make it sound tasty.
Becky says, peas and beans. The mushy inside with the paper outside. I can't.
Oh, I'm with her on that. I hate that too. That's part of why I hated.
I love a pea.
What was that?
A pea.
You love a what? Oh, I thought you said
like this, like
what you were saying. No, I love peas. I love peas, but I don't love them when they start getting real mushy. Mushy.
Goddamn right.
Like last week.
Mushy.
Mealy
apples. Can't do it. They have to be crisp. This guy apples. That's from John.
John nailed that, dude. We've talked about that on here before. There's nothing more disappointing than you bite into an apple and it's mealy as fuck.
Yeah. Zinc
and you're
right
like,
in the garbage.
because apples are. Oh man, I love apples so much as we've
what gets me,
documented on
Brian,
here.
is because of my half a fake tooth. I can't bite into apples anymore, so I take the time to slice it up to find out it's mealy. Well, but then you take that first wedge and you bite it, and you're like, God damn it, I wasted all this time.
Yep. Or when you just cut into it and you just see, and you're like, oh yeah, and you're like, oh, this is trash.
Lady Cheetos, slime and mush, like in tomatoes and bananas. Boo.
Oh, okay. Wow. So she doesn't eat a lot of baby food, I assume. Yeah. Unlike her husband. Yeah.
Monica says slime.
I
don't know. It's not good for you, though.
I know what they mean, though. I get it. Like slimy textures for a lot of people. It's like okra, right? Like a lot of people don't like okra because of the sliminess of it, unless you use it in like soups or stews, because then it's great for, a thickening
that slime
agent.
Thickens like a mug.
Yeah.
Jody says, I love the taste of mushrooms, but they have to be cut up pretty small. Otherwise, they're too rubbery.
Oh, okay. A lot of that has to do with how they're cooked, I would assume too, because like if you use like you know the difference like on a pizza, right? Like if you get what seem like canned mushrooms or something on a pizza, they're disgusting. But when you put big, thick cut fresh mushrooms on there,
delicious.
Love it.
And then Valerie, she says peanut butter, which how dare you? Maybe she didn't read the question right.
Oh, okay.
Who doesn't like peanut butter?
She was like, Who's your favorite supporting cast member on BoJack Horseman? Peanut and butter, she answered the question. Exactly. Yeah, Mr. Peanut Butter.
That's all I got over on this side. It's pretty good.
That's quite a bit. Yeah, it's a good thing I shared it. Yeah, I got some answers. I figured we'd get quite a few answers because this is one that I've heard so many people describe something that they don't like because of the mouthfeel,
as we figured out, Brian, we used to hit hard with food QoftheWs, falling off a little bit.
Yeah. A little bit. All right. Well, on Instagram, Stacy sent me one that said slimy, which, I agree with. Michael, our pal, he says on my cock or tongue. And I responded with, I assume both. He did not respond after that, so I don't know. So, yeah, those were the ones I got on Instagram. And then on Twitter, where'd it go? Oh, the page refreshed. Of course it did. At PA Leinbach says okra, which again I fully understand because a lot of people don't like okra for that reason. Yeah, I actually don't mind okra. My grandma used to make fried okra off and on, and I liked it. Just eating it like itself, not a huge fan.
Yeah, fried delicious.
Okra, or in soups.
I'm not gonna go out there and just pick an okra off the okra plant or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. It just starts slurping it out of there like it's a shrimp or something.
Oh, Cheeto's in the chat. Leg. Don't worry, buddy. He must have texted you or emailed you something. And he's.
Oh yeah, I thought he was making a reference to him eating baby food. All right. Probably. Yeah, I was just gonna say I have to pull up his answer, which is slimy, mushy,
just
squishy.
Like Lady Cheeto. It's almost like their thoughts align.
Probably. She probably answered for him.
Exactly. Well, apparently she's driving, so maybe she's like, if you don't say slimy, I'm jerking this car into a bridge abutment.
Yep. I mean, can I say for the record, it's always nice when you use the word jerkin and
it's like peanut butter and jelly.
The same. Yeah.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Jerkin abutment. Yeah. All right, that I believe is all of what I have.
Well, Brian.
Yep.
I bring you for this week's QoftheW a 3-parter.
Yes. Okay. Frankincense, myrrh, and
but myrrh
gold?
from in Practical Jokers. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. Later, Cheeto, he's got to dip out.
Sure he does.
So this week, Brian, I'm asking if you could send aliens one movie, one album, and one game, what do you send?
Oh man. Okay. So now I see why you need why you said we need a little extra time. Yeah. This is one of those where it's like, do you kind of want to be a weirdo or an asshole or whatever? Because, Mars Attacks would be a fun movie to send them.
That's true.
Or like, Independence Day, just, as a little warning. Like, you don't fuck with Will Smith. You keep his wife's name out your mouth.
Even if you're from an older galaxy.
That's right.
He will slap you
right across the face.
Milky Way out of your mouth.
That's right. Slap that probe right out of your hand. Oh man. Okay.
And I guess game could be board game, video game, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Like if you're sending negative stuff, obviously you send a Monopoly, so they all hate each other. Yes.
Oh, for sure. Like just creating fighting amongst them.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's smart. Yeah. Send them that, then like a single of the bird, or bird is the word, like the Family Guys.
Or you send them a copy of Operation just to confuse them.
Yeah.
Like they legit have a wrench or whatever.
It's Operation, but it's like an alien on it, so it's more like an alien autopsy.
I'm really surprised it doesn't exist. It really should.
It should exist if it doesn't. I'm sure somebody had to have done something, right? Man, I don't know what to send.
Like, all right, so right off the rip, because I'm gonna go like first things that pop in my head. So movie immediately I thought Monty Python Holy Grail because it's perfect.
Okay, right, fair enough.
It shows our humor on said planet.
Yes.
For some reason, with album, I went Pink Floyd The Wall. I don't know why that was the first album pop in my head.
I mean, you're smoking weed.
Just a great album. It's fucking beautiful.
Also fair.
And as for a game, this one was a little harder for me because, I kind of like more violent games. And I don't want to portray us as the violent ape people that we are.
Right. Yeah, we want to like trick them.
Exactly. Trick them. You're right.
Introduce 100%. That later. Yeah.
But I'm kind of thinking board game is my move here. And just classic chess, man.
Oh,
it goes deep.
Chess,
it's fun to play.
But does it go so deep that it puts her ass to sleep?
It does not go that deep. Yeah.
Okay.
3D chess.
I'm pretty sure only Cube goes that deep. Yeah. 3D chess. Meanwhile, they're like, what's this shit? We got like 15D chess up here. Bitch, we got dimensions. You can't even fathom.
We got dimensions in our dimensions, son.
Like, I was trying to be nice. Y'all didn't have to, like...
It's like the fucking Moonanites coming down.
Yeah, right. I mean, I feel like... Yeah, it's tough to go with a different movie, because if I'm really just going to hand somebody a movie and be like, like if somebody was like, what movie... like really, I think we've had this question, like what really like influences your sense of humor or represents you as a person. It's like, yeah, Monty Python's really the perfect answer, because I'd love to say something like Airplane, but Airplane, there's too much nuance in it. Like you got to understand too many things to get the references. And,
I think like a good way to look at it is when someone tells you they haven't seen a movie and you're just offended.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, well, in that case, Caligula would be my answer. Or Backdoor Operation 14.
No.
Not 13.
14 was a good one. Yeah, no. 15 was right. They jumped the shark on 15. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. 14.
Yeah, exactly. Chef's kiss.
Sweet spot. Yeah. I actually think I'm gonna agree with you on the movie, because I don't, it really is like, what are you trying to represent kind of a thing, but I'm also just like, I just feel like I want to just send you something that I'm really, like, hey, this is just awesome. Like I kind of want to just pick like 36 Chambers by Wu-Tang is the album, right? It's just so like, good. Yo, this is
front
just
to back, good.
Yeah.
If you can you send them a version that doesn't have the skits? Because the skits are terrible.
Probably not. No. Turns out to be their favorite parts of the album. They're just weird, All right, well, let's see. Game here. Man, I'm gonna send him Tetris.
That's a good one.
Because it's just classical, and also it's you just gotta.
Yeah, I mean that soundtrack
out.
slaps.
It's a great game for vibing out.
It does.
Truth. And there's something so satisfying about when you get, when you beat that last level, was it 99 or 100 or whatever was on the original one, when you beat that last level.
Yeah. I never did. I always it got too fast for me. I couldn't keep up. Yeah.
All right, fine. I mean, yeah, because that's, when you just said one movie, it was like, if you said like a series of movies, I mean, it would have been Fast and the Furious, of course.
Family. Obviously.
Yeah, of course. Right. The whole group. Like the aliens, like, what is this box set? Like, it's just all the Fast and the Furious movies. Yeah. How do we even watch these things? Because I'm going to send them on laser disc or something. So yeah, there you go. Yeah, we'll go with that. Tetris, Wu-Tang, 36 Chambers, and I'm with you on
it's like
Monty
a perfect
Python,
movie
because, like you said, yeah, there's never been a time I've watched it, not enjoyed it, and laughed at the jokes, even though I know them so well.
All right, beauty.
Yeah. Good answer. Or good question. Not good answer. Felt like we were playing Family Feud.
Not gonna lie, I saw this on Reddit, but I changed it because it was like, what 3 movies would you send? I'm like, I don't like that.
Oh, that's too much.
About movie, music, and game, I like that.
Although, if you say 3 movies, then I can go trilogy. Now I could change it to be like, obviously, Lord of the Rings trilogy.
I mean, I'm thinking Die Hard 2.
That's fair.
Die Hard of
Die Hard 5.
Skip 3.
I love when you see a list like that where somebody will do that, or be like 1, 2, and 5. Like, okay. Yeah, like Backdoor Bandits.
Well, yeah, exactly.
1, 2, and 5. 3 and 4 were just the original cast wasn't back. It was a whole different. Yeah, you're right. 1,
or
2,
you send them
5,
Star Wars. That the cantina scene comes up. I know that guy.
Yeah. That son of a bitch owes me 30 quid. Or not quid.
Space bucks? I assume it's space bucks.
Yeah, space bucks, of
space
course.
Credits.
Space credits? I mean, Star Wars would be credits, right?
I don't remember anymore. I think Star Trek's such a perfect world, money doesn't exist anymore. But how am I supposed to?
Yeah. Well, no, because Quark makes all sorts of bank on Deep Space Nine, man. I forgot it's I think it's Federation credits on there, if I'm not mistaken, or something. I don't remember. There's probably a billion different, each class is going to have its own.
I would assume
money probably. Then there's probably here's money. Same with Star Wars. I think it's the different planets have different currency, but then there's also the Imperial credits.
I mean, that would make sense,
kind of thing.
Empire comes in with their own money system.
Because you got to have some
still
sort
on the planet. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Something to that effect. Like, hey, where'd you get this old money? Don't worry
standing
about
in front of a giant store that says "Old Money Store."
Yeah. Which is also oddly enough right next to an old money reseller store called Mind Your Business. You just mind your business. Keep pointing to it. All right. There you go. All right. What's the question again?
If you could send aliens 1 movie, 1 album, and 1 game, what do you send? Show us what you got. Yeah.
All right. Now, what if you could send aliens a one bourbon,
a one beer? I mean, yes.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, maybe I might replace the wall with the best of George Thorogood and Destroyers. Exactly.
That'll teach them. All right. Well, yeah, I guess that's what we got for the week. So head on over to saltylanguage.com and check out the link. Well,
no, we just shot the shit
to check out this week. Yeah. So, but anyways, if you want to find links to our socials or whatever over there, also check out tangentboundnetwork.com, the network that we're part of. If you're looking for a home for your podcast, please hit them up. And if they talk to Mark, what do you got for Mark?
One bourbon. No, actually, I'm just want to let everyone know that if you're in Cleveland, you have to watch out because Mark is a hamicidal maniac. Yeah,
it's true. It's true.
Yeah, because you see him in the deli, he's just crushing ham. Exactly.
Yep. Boy, that'd be something like, sir, how would you like your ham cut? Thick. like this? Like, no, thicker. Like, sir, I can't cut this any thicker.
Thicker.
Do you just not want
now
me to cut
it?
Now you understand.
Opens his jaw like a snake.
Slap it right at home. Yeah. Just a whole ham in there, pulls the bone out. Yeah. Like those videos of the people that do that with wings, where they put it in their mouth.
That shit's
and,
fascinating.
Twist it and
I assume there's a tiny
clean.
another like mouth on their tongue, like an alien, or Kung Pao in their fist.
I think so too.
Yeah,
or that. Yes, something to that effect, or some sort of sorcery.
Yes, possibly witchcraft. Yeah.
Yeah, possibly. Right. Yeah, if you want to reach out to us on socials, you can find this show on Twitter at salty_language. You can find me on a variety of social media.
You can find me still on Instagram at The Monotony. At Salty Language at TikTok. That's kind of a dead thing now, to be honest. But there's fun stuff there if you want to check it out. And then patreon.com/saltylanguage. I can't believe we haven't plugged ourselves yet. I know, Jesus.
Oh, you're right. Jeez. How are we going to afford ham if we don't tell people to go to patreon.com?
My ham supply is at an all-time low.
Mine is too. I talked about
our ham reserves.
Couldn't even find the ham. Our ham reserves are low. This is not good.
Patreon.com/saltylanguage. If you want to help your boys out for a low price of $3 a month, that's less than an egg.
That's not even real ham money.
Real ham money.
That's not even ham States money right now. I think yeah. Ham bucks.
You can enjoy all the extra content we put up, which is pretty much once a week. We're doing part 2 of our Uber lost objects situation. And And then Brian, you also have yourself a thing there.
I do. Heno and I just recorded a new episode the other day of The Crazy Life. It's a podcast where we usually just talk about what's going on in our lives, as well as mental health stuff like and such. We talked about a thing he stumbled into called the let them theory, which is basically like, if when, how sometimes people will be like, well, so-and-so thinks that I'm this or I'm that, and you're just like, let them, right? Like, as a way of kind of not trying to wrestle control with something you can't control, So we talk about that quite a bit in the episode, and like I said, just catch up on what's been going on with us. So if you're into that, please give us a listen and such
things,
whatever. Yeah, and let's see here. Yeah, I don't have anything else. All right. So yeah, I guess with that, have a beer, you'll be fine.
Hammy?
Hammy. Yeah.
Hammies.
Oh God. Oh, okay. So when you talk about creamy hamstrings, that's one thing. But man, when you talk about like creamed ham, I just
God.
Yeah, is there cream of ham soup?
I mean, there's cream of chicken. All right, hold on.
There's got to be
our faces back
ham,
up.
right?
No, I'm putting our faces back up. We're talking again.
Oh. All right, sorry, I'm looking up cream of ham soup right now.
Of course.
Oh my God, there is cream of ham potato soup. All right,
creamy.
Oh my God, creamed ham recipe.
Is that like shit on the shingle but made of ham? Oh my God, did you just open up the reactor?
I thought I got it fixed. I turned the brightness down on my monitor. It's better. You can still at least see definition in my face a little.
It's not just headphones and shoulders.
All right, saute onions in butter till the onions are transparent. Add flour and stir. Remove pan from heat. Add milk. It sounds like this is like ham gravy, basically. Never mind. Add sherry. And
who's Sherry?
Ham.
Hey,
nice. Remember she was
Scary Sherry,
one manager.
That's right.
Yeah, right. Yeah, this just looks like ham gravy, basically. Are there peas in there? Well, there's Swiss cheese in there too. Okay, no, that's.
Are we talking like ham gravy over biscuits? Because I would fuck with that.
I mean, they talk about serving it over poached eggs on toasted English muffins. So they're basically like they're saying
ham and day sauce.
Like it's a. Thank you, ham and day sauce. Oh, dude, ham and days.
Thank you.
Why
nice.
I'll give you your flowers on that one for sure. But it really does kind of just look like, but yeah, it's just like you basically make a cream sauce that
sounds like
with
a
ham
freaking roundhouse kick right to the old colon right there. That'd be an exciting next day, I'm sure.
Creamed ham or turkey.
Oof.
Okay, it doesn't look bad though.
It sounds really worse than it
just
looks.
Look like if you pictured like a yeah, like if you think of like a creamy potato soup with ham in it, that's kind of what a lot of it.
Yeah.
No, it was actually not as bad as I thought at first. Like, I don't know why, but the concept of just creamed ham just, it just immediately wanted me to, made me want to vomit.
Creamed ham everywhere.
Yeah.
Aggressively.
Yes. Aggressively.
Exactly. With bear noises, because I've heard you. You sound like a grizzly choking on a femur bone.
It does. It does.
Yep.
I'm pretty aggressive. Pretty aggressive.
Are we shutting us down?
All right.
All right. Second time I've been to close the credits up.
Right. I did not stop.
I know.
That's all in the show.
We're still on the thing, but I'm stopping.